why we love horror trivia. It's written and hosted by myself and Aaron Brooks. How you doing, Aaron?
Hey, I'm good. I did not write any of this match tonight, but I am hosting some of this match tonight.
I don't know. There might be some questions I moved forward that you wrote. We'll just say you did. It's fine. Yeah. That being said, this is the final three-way match to determine who's going to play in the four-way match to find out who's going to play that rascally rabbit, Dylan Van Fine. Who's going to join Jake Collins, the loquacious Jake Collins, your wife, Abby Brooks, and Eric Ibarra Moreno. That's that bandito, Eric. There's going to be a fourth person. We're going to find out who it is. We're going to start bringing these people in. We're bringing a man, a humble man. A lot of people think he's the measuring stick, but if you asked him, he would say he is not. The Jeremy Adams. Jeremy, you feel that though, right? You feel like people like gun for you, right?
I feel like maybe people know me from other leagues and things, and I feel pretty confident in like overall general trivia, but I feel like when it comes to horror, I love horror, but sometimes, I'm hot, sometimes I'm cold a little bit. And I'm really excited to be playing two really amazing competitors today. It's going to be awesome, but as usual, my confidence is low.
we wouldn't have it any other way. The second person bring in, I think I've said on several occasions, I mean, she's the only one I know, but she is my favorite mom in the community, Kerri Webb. Kerri, how you doing?
Doing great, thanks. Happy to be here.
How are you feeling this evening?
Happy to be here. Jeremy and Rose are both like incredible players, especially in this league. So I don't think I have a shot, but we'll see.
And she might be surprised she's the highest ranked person in this match, but I don't think anybody who watches this channel is surprised she's the highest ranked person in this match. Rose Lyndsey, strategist extraordinaire, Rose Lyndsey. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right. Any comments before we start the match?
Like Jeremy, I go in with low confidence. So surprised to be here, and we'll see.
Right. That's a popular thing around here. Anyway, a little bit differently since there's three. We're not doing a speed round, so you don't have to number your board. Did we lose Rose? Oh, put her back in there. We're going to do a whiteboard round. So round one, each competitor chose 3 categories, and I wrote 9 questions in the order they were drafted. You have 15 seconds per question to write your answers on your board. After 15 seconds, time is up. I'll call on you one at a time. You turn your board around, show your answer, say your answer. If you get it right, you get a point. If you get it wrong, no penalty. If you get all 9 questions right, there is a 10th bonus question for you as well. Any questions before we get started? How do things keep getting moved around like this? All right. Any questions?
Well, good luck.
All right. So we'll start with the first category, which is a Nora Jane Noon acted in Beyond the Rave. The people organizing the rave are actually what type of creatures?
Yes. This is
Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah. My favorite of Nora's movies.
Yes, my favorite as well. That's a hint. 5, 4.
How many Beyond the Rave questions will there be?
Hands down. Rose, what type of creatures are they?
I actually have not seen that. Vampires.
Kerri.
I also said vampires.
And Jeremy.
Thank God for the hammer question. Vampire.
They are vampires. That is correct. And for the duration of the match, everybody gets 3 repeats in the challenge. But we'll cover more of that as we move on. Aaron, here's question number 2.
All right, question number 2, sci-fi horror. Who directed World War Z? Nice, simple question.
Nice short question.
Mm-hmm.
I read this book long before I saw the movie. Not the same, really.
I'm not a big reader. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kerri.
I don't have it.
All right, Jeremy.
Mark Forster.
And Rose.
Max Brooks came to mind for some reason.
He wrote the book. But Mark Forster definitely directed the movie.
Rose gets the smart point, though. So good for you.
I'm putting that over here.
I'm better with books. I should be in a book league.
No, we don't have that available here.
I don't know if I'm going to have the time to do that. But the third question comes in composers. Who composed the scores to Cat's Eye, What Lies Beneath, and The Mummy Returns?
What's your favorite of these three?
Cat's Eye. General is a G.
That's correct.
Yeah.
What Lies Beneath, not bad though. The Mummy Returns, definitely the worst.
The best cat acting ever in a movie is in Cat's Eye. The greatest cat acting ever.
Yeah, it's really solid cat acting.
2, 1. We'll start with Jeremy.
I blanked. Dang it. Should ask for a
Rose
repeat.
No idea.
and Kerri.
I don't have it.
Alan Silvestri
Yes.
did all three of these movies. We'll kick it back over to Aaron.
Question number 4 in 2000s. Mary Shelley, Marley Shelton, not even close. Marley Shelton, Denise Richards, and Katherine Heigl are all stalked by a killer in what 2000s film? Can you imagine if Mary Shelley was stalked by the same killer, though?
That poor Mary Shelley. That's, I mean,
It's
what have
all
they
that.
done? Why would they do that to her? Like, she's already dead. That's crazy.
If it was Mary Shelley, Denise Richards, and Katherine Heigl, the MFK would be very good. But with these three, I'm not as interested. So we're just going to count it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Over to Rose.
Valentine. I just met Marley Shelton last month, actually.
Oh, right on. All right. Kerri.
I didn't have it.
And Jeremy.
Valentine.
It is Valentine.
Nice shot.
Rose and Jerome are correct.
Going over to Stephen Hoban. How does Trina, Ginger's bully, die in Ginger Snaps? And
Good
yeah,
movie.
fuck bullies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Leave the gingers alone.
this girl had it coming. 5,
Good for her.
4, 3, 2, 1. Kerri, what do you got?
Oh man, I can't remember if she actually dies. I said hits her head.
Jeremy
Disemboweled.
and Rose.
Eaten by Ginger.
Kerri, you're right. She falls down, hits her head. That's exactly how.
I almost put falls.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right. Question number 6. Stephen King. Besides both versions of Firestarter, the government organization known as the Shop shows up in what other King adaptation? Hey.
It's yeah.
Which Firestarter would you take?
The first one. The second one's weird, dude.
That's why I was like, maybe.
The second one's just so weird.
4. Or would you take the answer? 3.
I'll
Repeat.
take the book.
I'll take a repeat.
Jeremy's
All right.
gonna repeat.
15 more seconds. I guess no further questions about that because I was just asking at the end to, just throwing the bar. But,
Yeah, like
either way, Stephen King adaptations, most of them are hits, but the misses are real bad. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where are we at? Jeremy?
right, Jeremy. Yeah.
All right, Jeremy.
The Lawnmower Man.
All right, Rose.
That came up blank.
All right, Kerri.
I said Running Man.
It is a man in the lawnmower variety, so Jerome is correct for the point.
Yes, the Lawnmower Man is correct. Moving on to single location horror. How many people are stuck in the elevator in Devil?
Great movie. 5 stars. Yeah.
You'd go 5 on this?
No, maybe 4.5.
Oh, okay.
This is really, really good movie.
Now you're talking about that.
People are very wrong about this.
I don't dislike that. I probably should rewatch it.
This was the second to last movie I watched before I got married.
Really?
The last one was Drag Me to Hell. So we were just in the D section of Hulu.
4,
True story.
2, 1. Rose, how many people are in that elevator?
6.
Kerri
I also said 6.
and Jeremy.
I also said 6.
You guys roll 666 is great for the Devil, but you guys roll 1 too high. There's only 5 people in the elevator.
Yeah.
That was my first impulse.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 8, second to last question, 2020s. Who plays Teddy Knight, Esquire, Maxine's agent in Maxine? I've already given my opinions on this movie a lot on this channel. If you don't know, you should know at this point.
It's got a lot of great scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just didn't come to fruition, unfortunately. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kerri.
I want to say it's Kevin Bacon.
All right, Jeremy
Giancarlo Esposito.
and Rose.
Sorry, didn't know.
That pronunciation really threw me for a loop, but I'm
what it
going
is.
to give it to Jerome still.
That's what it is.
Giancarlo Esposito is correct. I guess I say it like a gringo.
Yeah.
So my fault.
Your final question in this round, in Terrence Fisher, in the horror of it all, what does Jack sell door to door?
Yes.
Is that really how you say it, John? You're married to Latina.
That's how you phonetically say it. I've always said Giancarlo Esposito because
Am I saying it like him? Am I saying it?
I'm going off of how he says it. Yeah.
He says it that way. I gotta find that.
Yeah,
clip.
I'm pretty
because,
sure.
like,
I'm pretty sure.
I know a lot of Hispanic people are going to want to talk to him. 5,
That's crazy. You learn something new every day.
2, 1. We'll start with Jeremy. What does he sell?
Thank you for choosing the cheesiest movie. Encyclopedias.
Rose
Encyclopedias.
and Kerri.
I don't have it.
Encyclopedias is correct. At the end of the first round, I have Jeremy with 6, Rose with 3, Kerri with 2. Drop this back. We're going to go on to round number 2, which is still the wheel round. All 9 of those categories from round 1 are now on the wheel. Player that's in the lead is going to choose the order, so Jeremy will choose who goes first, second, and third. Whenever it's somebody's turn, they'll spin the wheel. They can either take what they land on or utilize one respin. So either through picking what they spin or getting what they respin, they get a category. 5 questions in that category were 2 points apiece. If you don't know the answer right away, you could check down the multiple choice. It becomes worth 1 point. Be careful, though. If you get it wrong, your opponents can steal, and both opponents can steal. So we'll be using whiteboards to steal. Jeremy, you're in the lead. What order are we playing this round?
I just picked the whole order right now.
You pick the whole order.
Rose and then Kerri and then me.
Sounds good.
All right.
Rose, I'm going to bring the wheel in, and we'll get you your first spin after we go over the categories in the wheel today. Categories, we got Nora Jane Noon, sci-fi horror, composers, the 2000s, Stephen Hoban produced, single location horror, the 2020s, and Terrence Fisher. Here's your first spin. And you get the 2000s. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
I'll keep it.
All right. That's very fortunate because that is one of the categories I had. All right. Aaron, do you want to read the 2000s questions or would you like me to?
Sure, I'll read the 2000s. Why not?
All right.
All right. Rose, are you ready for your questions in the 2000s? Even if you're not, we're going to ask them unless you leave, then we won't.
I'll say sure then.
Okay, great. All right. First question in the category 2000s. Who plays the director of the film Kingsley Stewart in Inland Empire?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Jeremy Irons, B, Ben Kingsley, C, Alan Rickman, D, Mark Strong.
A, Jeremy Irons.
That is correct for 1 point. All right. Question number 2. Speak of the devil. In what decade does the opening scene of Drag Me to Hell take place?
I should know this.
Option 5, 4.
The 90s.
That is incorrect. 2 point steal.
Write your answers down on your board, guys.
Don't say them out loud. Shout out to Jake. Gonna give you 5 more seconds here. 4 more seconds here. 3 more seconds here. 2 more seconds. 1 more seconds. 0 more seconds. Kerri.
I said the 2000s.
And Jerome.
The 1960s.
1960s is correct for the 2 point steal.
Is there some kind of joke with calling him Jerome? Is that your birth name, Jeremy?
Yeah, no, I
I don't know, but I kind of like it.
I always call Jeremy's Jerome. It's always been what I don't know.
All right, fantastic.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Aaron.
Yeah, no problem.
Here's your next question.
There's no connection at all. I do that. That's my own thing. All right. 2004's Creep primarily takes place in what type of location?
In the woods in a cabin. Like a cabin that has like a lot of steps going up to it.
That is incorrect. Over to Kerri and Jerome for the 2-point steal. 2004's Creep primarily takes place in what type of location? And I'll give you 5 more seconds, 4 more seconds, 3 more seconds, 2, 1, 0. We'll start with Jerome this time.
Apartment?
All right, and Kerri.
I said a house.
None of those are even multiple choice options, you guys. Come on. Subway station is.
I will say,
I've seen those.
Rose, you guys are 100% right for 2014's Creep. 2014's Creep takes place.
I knew
in
as soon as
2004's Creep is a totally different movie.
Yep.
It is true.
yeah, and I've seen them both too.
It's the girl from Run Lola Run being chased through a subway station by a
yes,
creature.
that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Penultimate question. Who directed Constantine?
Multiple choice.
All right. Your multiple choice options are A. Francis Lawrence, B. Mark Forrester, C. Neil Jordan, D. Mark Steven Johnson.
B. Mark Forster.
B is incorrect. Kerri and Jerome, 1-point steal. 5 seconds to write down a letter is plenty of time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kerri.
D.
All right. And Jerome.
Francis Lawrence, eh?
That is correct. Francis Lawrence is the correct answer for the 1-point steal. And our final question. What is the name of Riley's armored personnel carrier in Land of the Dead?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Dead to Rights, B, Dead Reckoning, C, Dead Calm, D, Dead of Night.
D, Dead of Night.
D, Dead of Night is incorrect. Over to Kerri and Jerome for the 1-point steal. Give you 5 seconds to write down a letter. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jerome.
A.
All right. And Kerri.
I said B.
B is correct for 1-point steal to Kerri.
Dead Reckoning is correct. So after that first part of the round, Rose gets her score up to 4, Kerri at 3, Jeremy at 9.
Yep.
So we will get Kerri's spin going. Kerri, here's your first spin.
Can we go 2 for 2 on wheels slices?
You get single location horror. You want to keep that or spin again?
I'll keep it. I'm so scared of some of these other categories.
Okay, we'll drop. Kerri, you ready for these single location horror questions?
Sure.
Your first question. What single location horror movie of the 2000s stars mostly Wes Bentley and Rachel Nichols?
P2.
That is correct.
A Christmas movie.
It technically is, yes. It is.
Watch it for the Letterboxd challenge next week.
One of Aaron's favorite single location movies, I'm sure. What is Jennifer pushed against, which causes her hair to catch fire in Climax?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, the furnace, B, hot coals, C, a stove, or D, a pilot light?
Go with C, a stove.
That is correct, and that shit goes up real quick.
Yeah, it does. Great movie.
Your third question. After night 1 in Paranormal Activity, Katie remarks that what item of hers is on the floor near the kitchen, not where it should be.
Let me do multiple choice.
Is it A, her wallet, B, her purse, C, her earring, or D, her keys?
Her keys.
That is correct. For 1 point. Your fourth question. What is the name of the corporation running the rooms in the Escape Room franchise?
Multiple choice.
A, Midas, B, Mykonos, C, Minos, or D, Marcos?
I've not watched these. I'll go with B.
B is incorrect. Rose and Jeremy, a chance for a 1-point steal. Writing a letter down. A, Midas, B, Mykonos, C, Minos, or D, Marcos? Count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rose, what do you got?
C.
And Jeremy.
See,
The Minos Corporation is correct. And your final question, Kerri. Actually, give me a second here. All right. Who directed Unsane?
Multiple choice.
It was not letting me put that in there. There we go. The A, Barry Sonnenfeld. B, Steven Soderbergh. C, Stephen Sommers. Or D, Rennie Harlan.
Rennie Harlan.
That is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal. Rose and Jeremy. A, Barry Sonnenfeld. B, Steven Soderbergh. C, Stephen Sommers. Or D, Rennie Harlan. Count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jeremy, who directed that?
B. Steven Soderbergh.
And Rose.
C.
Steven Soderbergh is correct. So at the end of Kerri's spin, Rose has her score at 6. Kerri is at 7. Jeremy is at 11. We'll bring the wheel back in one final time for Jeremy's spin. Here we go. You get Stephen Hoban produced. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
Spin again.
Category you must take. Composers. And guess what? That's a category I have. So
Excellent.
Aaron's going to ask you these questions.
Yep, there we go. All right, Jerome, here we go. Question number 1 in the category composers. How many different composers have scored a film in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise? Answer or repeat or multiple in 5.
Let's go multiple.
Your multiple choice options are A6, B7, C8, D9.
I'm going to say 7.
7 is incorrect. Over to Rose and Kerri. Write down your answer for the 1-point steal. Then give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rose.
C.
All right. And Kerri.
D.
Kerri is correct. It is 9.
Would you believe every movie has a different composer?
Yeah,
It's
that's
crazy.
right. That's right.
Makes sense. All right. Question number 2. Who composed the score to Mary Shelley's Frankenstein?
Patrick Doyle.
That is correct for 2 points. All right. Question number 3. Joseph Pescera's latest score to date is which Supernatural 2024 film?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Night Swim, B, Imaginary, C, Tarot, D, The Watchers.
C.
C is correct for 1 point.
Such a great movie. Everybody should watch it 5 times. Everybody should watch that movie 5 times.
My stepson just watched it at a sleepover last night, and they were all laughing.
Yeah.
All 4 are bangers there. All right. Question number 4. Who composed the score to all movies Jordan Peele has directed?
Am I going to be able to conjure this name? No, I'm not. Multiple choice.
All right. Your options are A, Tyler Bates, B, Michael Abels, C, Graham Revell, D, Charlie Clouser.
B. Michael Abels.
B is correct for 1 point. And your final question in the category. Who composed the score to Dead Silence, The Collection, and Resident Evil Extinction?
Multiple choice.
All right. Your multiple choice options are A, Joseph Pescera, B, Marco Beltrami, C, Charlie Clouser, D, Tom and Andy. Tom and Andy. Tom and Andy.
Yeah, I'm going to say D.
All right. That's incorrect.
All right.
Over to Rose and Kerri for the 1 point steal. We give you 5 seconds to write down a letter. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's start with Kerri.
C.
All right. And Rose.
C.
C. Charlie Hauser is correct for the 1 point steal to both.
That being said, we are going to go on to round 3. Unfortunately, Rose, having the lowest score at the moment, will not participate in round 3. So Rose will talk to you at the end. Drop you back. Round 3 is still, however, our wheel of synopsis. Well, not our wheel of synopsis, just our synopsis round. Prior to the match, all 3 of our competitors chose 2 categories apiece. There is a pool of all 6 of those categories in it, starting with the player that is trailing, that being Kerri. She can choose her 2-point question out of all the categories. And then you progress to a 2, 3, and 5-point question. If at any point you take the lead, control switches to the other person who will choose from the remaining categories. Once you choose a category, it's removed forever. Play ends when I've asked 6 questions or somebody's mathematically unable to catch up. So, Kerri, you're going to choose from these categories. You can get a 2-pointer in the 1980s, the 1990s, the 2010s, the 2020s, psychological thrillers, or sci-fi horror. What would you like for a 2-pointer?
Let's do 1980s.
All right. Since I asked you questions around 2, Aaron can ask you this 2-pointer in the 1980s. Here you go.
All right, Kerri, for 2 points. A young couple is trapped in a remote town where a dangerous religious cult of children believes that everyone over the age of 18 must be killed. Name that movie.
Children of the Corn.
Yep, that is that terrible movie. Correct.
All right, let's remove the 1980s from the list, and you can choose your 3-pointer from these remaining categories.
Go 1990s.
All right,
Okay.
to the 90s for 3 points. In a remote outpost in the 19th century, Captain John Boyd and his regiment embark on a rescue mission which takes a dark turn when they are ambushed by a sadistic cannibal. Name that movie. Answer or repeat in 5, 4,
Repeat.
3. All right, for 3 points. In a remote outpost in the 19th century, Captain John Boyd and his regiment embark on a rescue mission, which takes a dark turn when they're ambushed by a sadistic cannibal. Name that movie. Category of 1990s. Answer or repeat in 5.
I don't know it.
3, 2, 1. That is incorrect. It is Ravenous. Very
Okay.
good.
Badass move. Badass move.
I do love Ravenous. All right, so we'll take 1990s off. You do have to hit this to send it back over to Jeremy. So, categories remaining. For the 2010s, 2020s, psychological thrillers, or sci-fi horror, what would you like for a 5?
2010s.
All right, in the category 2010s for 5 points. A young man held prisoner by a cab driving serial killer must make a life or death choice between following in his captor's footsteps or breaking free. Name this movie. And you have 2 repeats remaining.
Okay.
5, 4, 3.
Repeat.
2. All right, 1 remaining for 5 points. A young man held prisoner by a cab driving serial killer must make a life or death choice between following in the captor's footsteps or breaking free. Name this 2010s movie.
I think I'm thinking of the wrong movie, but I'll say Man Eat Dog.
And your winner, Jerome the Atom Adams. The answer is Chained. Was the answer.
Okay.
Well, that being said, we'll go to our post-match interviews. I'll drop the 2 of you back and bring Rose in first because she's been waiting patiently backstage. Rose, it's just, I guess that's a round 2 category, maybe a little too broad because it is the entirety of the 2000s. But otherwise, nothing to be ashamed of. How you feeling?
I mean, I didn't really come in full of confidence. So I did all right. Jeremy did great. So he was more prepared.
I feel these matches are a little more difficult because you're really, instead of contributing half the categories, you're only contributing a third of the categories. It is a big ask of anybody to come into a match like this. But so we're going to finish this out, and you're still near the top of the rankings. Is there anybody you're looking to play when you come back?
Not especially, no. I'll play anybody.
We could find you anybody, not a problem. So, Rose, always a pleasure having you. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you soon. We'll bring in today's second place finisher. No change to her record. Kerri Webb. How you feeling?
Yeah, I made it to the second part, which was better than I thought I was going to do. So.
All right, I'll ask you the same question. So we're going to finish this out. Anybody you're looking to play when you get back? And, I know Chad wants to play you again, I'm sure. But besides Chad, anybody you want to play?
I think Hunter and I are supposed to have a match at some point. I don't think we've ever played each other yet, but really happy to play anyone in this league. Everyone.
We might just make that happen as soon as possible, just so Hunter stops asking about it. So we'll do that. That's where we're going to see you next, Kerri. Have a great rest of your evening as well. Drop you back. I'll bring in today's winner. He's Jerome now, so you better change that name, Jerome. You're going on to this four-way match. It's going to be you, Jake Collins, Abby Brooks, Eric Moreno. How you feeling?
I'm excited. Yeah, the last time that I played, like in the Dylan matches, I was like fired up and ready to go. But now you caught me after Thanksgiving, which is the busiest work month of the year for me. So my mind has just been gone. So I came in with little confidence today, but I feel good. Some of that general knowledge knowledge of directors and things came in to save me, and I didn't get totally unlucky with the wheel. I mean, if I got one of those other categories, it could have gotten steals, could have put me back down with them, and it would have been a totally different situation. So I feel good, and I just want to say I'm a little bummed to be going into this thing because it would be so much better to have one of these awesome ladies that I played to get again than my boring ass, but I'll do it. And
hey, our fans out there love you. So they messaged me privately like, more of that Jeremy Adams guy. You get him on here all the time.
Yeah, Jerome needs to come back, and I'm gonna, I'm not super busy. I'm ready, and this is gonna be a fun four-way. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, we'll be setting that up soon, Jeremy. Always a pleasure having you. We'll drop you back, and I'll throw it over to Aaron. Aaron, what did you think of this?
Yeah, no, I mean, you never know what's going to go down in these, but at the end of the day, I think the four competitors we do have for this final four-way from these 4 3-ways is I think the right person won from each match based on the match. So on any given day, I think this match would go differently. For Rose, I do think she's going to be just fine, and she'll be back in a one-on-one match with somebody where I think she has a little more control. She's definitely a player who does better with that. And then Kerri, Kerri's solid all the way around, so she'll be back. I still don't know how I ever beat her in this league, but I'm always going to bring that up. So go me. And Jerome is officially his name for the horror league. That's who he is. There is no Jeremy Adams. There is only Jerome. So
Jeremy the Jerome Adams. That's exactly what we call him. So if you made this part of the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Horror. Follow everybody on Letterboxd. They'll tell you what their letterboxes are. Monday versus Thursday, Why We Love Horror. Friday, Why We Love Horror Trivia. Special editions whenever we feel like it. But this has been Why We Love Horror Trivia. We'll see you next time.
Game over.
I'll fucking kill you!